Justin was able to get the trail.
That's right. I didn't expect him to go up there like he did, but it paid off at the end, didn't it?
Yeah, it worked out beautifully. What's next?
Oh, we're not quite sure. We'll just give him a couple of days off now, and then we might try down the track and have a look at the Caloundra Guineas or something like that. We'll just see where we go.
Congratulations, Paul. Go and enjoy the victory.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, well done to Paul Wallace. Drunken Joker takes the classic. Next is the 10,000.
Regal Challenger on that next line with Serpentire, Entangle and Zingo. Zingo's probably been best tried late, as now Blackjack comes in. And Pipkin will be the last. This is the oldest race on the South Australian Jockey Club calendar. First run in 1855. Wow. Listed race these days. Zingo a bit toey in 4. Ready. Racing in the St Ledger. That was a good start, an even line away. Soon after, though, pressing on Jean's Reign and working forward Outback Zac. Cyanidin and Serpentire mustering on the inside. Going to the post the first time, and Jean's Reign takes up the running. Serpentire will box seat, and Zingo went fast to be third. Cyanidin on the inside of Spiriamo. At Outback Zac got posted 3 deep. 2 lengths away, Entangle from Tiona. Blackjack was 3 wide towards the rear around Regal Challenger, who's popped on the rails. Then Belton, and last is the favourite Pipkin. 1850 metres to go. Jean's Reign led, ensures a good tempo. Leads by 2.5 to Zingo. And a half length away on the inside, Serpentire. 2 lengths to Outback Zac. Cyanidin running 5th on the rails. And then a length and a half to Spiriamo. 1.5 Entangle shaded by Tiona. 2 lengths further away, Blackjack around Regal Challenger. And the last pair are Pipkin on the outside of Belton. Jean's Reign by the 1600 leads by a length and a half. Zingo second. And a length away third, Serpentire. 3/4 Outback Zac. Cyanidin on the inside of Spiriamo, followed by Tiona shading Entangle. 3 lengths away, Blackjack on the outside of Regal Challenger, and still Pipkin and also Belton see all of the field. About to leave the back, 1300 metres to go. Jean's Reign setting a tempo to suit himself. Leads by a length. He's been unchallenged virtually from the word go. Second is Zingo, and a length away third, Serpentire from Outback Zac. Then Spiriamo around the outside of Cyanidin from Entangle, and then came Tiona, followed by Regal Challenger, a long way back from Blackjack, Pipkin, and last is Belton. Coming down the side at the 900, Jean's Reign leads the way by a length and a half to Zingo. Outback Zac on the outside of Serpentire. They quicken appreciably in front. Then came Entangle sticking to the inside of Spiriamo and Cyanidin, who's come away from the fence. Regal Challenger hunts the inside from Tiona. Blackjack, Pipkin, Belton's dropped out. At the 600, Jean's Reign, a half length to Zingo, being ridden hard by the jockey Spiteri to go after the leader. Outback Zac third from Serpentire. Entangle's had a good run, gets to the outside at the right time, moving Spiriamo deeper. Here's Pipkin right to the outside, then Tiona, Regal Challenger. Zingo went to the lead from Jean's Reign. Zingo led by a length and a half. Entangle runs on strongly. Down the outside, Tiona and Pipkin. It's Zingo in front, Entangle coming at it. Zingo and Entangle, they've drawn clear of Tiona. Zingo and Entangle trying to get to Zingo. It's Zingo and Entangle. Zingo won't give in. Entangle lunging on the outside. This is a great go. Nothing in it in St Ledger. Entangle or Zingo, I can't separate them. 4 lengths away, Tiona third from Serpentire, Pipkin, Jean's Reign, Regal Challenger, Outback Zac, Spiriamo at a gap away in the field to Cyanidin from Belton and Blackjack in 2:39.16. Zingo refused to give in. Entangle had had a good run as well. They've drawn clear, the 3-year-olds, to fight it out. The line is reached. Entangle gets a bob in right on the line. And it does look like the outside Entangle. Jeff Maund on the low angle. It favours the outside Entangle with a real head bob to the line. He might beat Zingo. A filly which, if she ran well today, could be on an Oaks Trail in Brisbane. There's no doubt about her running the journey. A horse who's had just the 8 starts, very similar to the gelding Entangle, who's had 8 starts. 11's got it. 11 is first. 12 is second. The 3-year-olds have such a great record in this race in the St Ledger in recent years. They've fought it out. They've drawn clear under their lightweights. Number 8's run third, and that's Tiona. And 7's run fourth, Pipkin. It's 11, 12, 8 and 7. Coming off some pretty handy Victorian form. Entangle has scored a decisive victory for Jeff Morn, trained by John Hawkes, and his Adelaide manager, or Adelaide trainer, Adelaide foreman, I suppose is the correct term for David Pannell, his biggest win in some time. Now, the Quinellas paid $17.40, trifecta 612. A short half heads that winning margin. It might even be a nose.
All right, well, John Singleton might have an Oaks runner in Brisbane. He's got the runner up there, of course, Singo and Tangle's beaten at home. But John won the Oaks in Queensland last year with Zagalia, who sported those silks. And terrific effort there. She's been beaten by the male. But they might still be tempted to take her up to Eagle Farm for the QTC Oaks. The Unitab first four, 11, 12, 8, 7, $2,563.30 at Morfettville. And on that previous race from Brisbane, the New South Wales first four, the placings, of course, were 2, 3, 8 and 12. At Doomben it paid $10,876.80 and correct weight is there. So we're on the countdown now to the Doomben 10,000. That was Drunken Joker. Justin Stanley's having a terrific trot of late. A big winner for him today, a Group 3, the Doomben Classic. Belmont waits right. Hale the...
Mr. Lofty certainly does look very well drawn appropriately to come to the outside and run on like we've been seeing what's happening here today. Number 13, Mystic Morse, a little bit of a roughie. I just think it's good value. First up form is okay, and so is a soft track form. Also with number 8, which is Ghost Party. Again, I'm looking for a little bit of value. Been a bit of a drifter on course, but it looks fantastic in the yard. Michael Walker, outstanding individual. And also, as I speak, it's just shifted out that little bit. Apart from that, it was rock solid all the way through betting. Super impressive. And I know its slow track form isn't good, but whether it's slow enough to actually have an effect for him...
He's steady at 5. Good mare from Queen Bian. She'll have to be at her best to win the 10,000, but she's got a bit of class. She's a good quality mare. All right, now just skipping over to the next bunch to see what this favourite's paying. She's steady at $5.10. She's 5.10 New South Wales. The New South Wales favourite is actually the Sydney mare, Our Egyptian Rain. Well, I suppose Only Words is from Sydney too, but New South Wales punters are at the moment favouring Our Egyptian Rain. And on Super Tab, the equal favourites on Super Tab are Our Egyptian Rain and the Victorian, Super Elegant, at $5.20. Glenn Boss there. Glenn Boss is the rider of Unearthly. He was associated with Private Steer last year when she won the Stradbroke handicap there up in Brisbane during the winter. And he's the reigning Group 1 king of this season at the moment, Glenn Boss. And here's the man Darren Beedman, the rider of Basame Mucho, another of the 3-year-old fillies. So there's 3 fillies this year, Only Words, Unearthly and Basame Mucho. And the very interesting statistic is that a 3-year-old filly has never won this race, the Doomben 10,000. So they've got history against them, but some classy fillies this year headed by Only Words. All right, so this star-studded lineup of riders have been introduced to the crowd at Doomben. They're off now to get their final instructions. There's a cap too for lucky punters at Doomben. Now at the Gold Coast, they're a bit behind time. We're on start time for the 7th, and they haven't called.
Odds on track than the 390, but he has been a firmer, Mr. Lofty. Now Beresney and Marwina Lass come up, so they're all in. Mr. Lofty in purple and green colours in a middle to outside gate, the favoured runner. They're set. Mystic Morse just standing a bit awkwardly the outside. Panorama Heights stood okay. Set, they're away. Corporate Queen jumped well on the inside. Ghost Party heads it immediately and found the lead. Catch Me Mate, Wyndham All begin quickly wider out and press on from .com. Shango's Image, Royal Laughter, and they're followed by Kookaburra, Beresney deep from Mr. Lofty, super impressive, and then Panorama Heights, Marwina Lass and Mystic Morse. Wyndham All went to the lead at the 1,000-metre mark and about to come off the back with a 2 lengths lead, perhaps a touch more over .com and Ghost Party. Catch Me Mate 2 lengths away in 4th, 1.5 to Shango's Image, then Kookaburra nearly a length to Royal Laughter. Berezny round the outside of Corporate Queen. Super impressive. Mr. Lofty would be 12 off the leader before the turn, and he's easing out wide. Followed Panorama Heights, Marwena Lass and Mystic Morse last. Coming around the turn now, a little over 500 left to go, and Wyndham All leads up for home. Runs down the dip by Tudor.com. Ghost Party to the inside. Catch Me Mate peels out and is starting to come home, and they're clear from Shango's Image. Berezny, Mr. Lofty and Super Impressive are still a long way back. 300 left to go. And here Wyndham All, the leader from .com. Catch Me Mate starting to stride home well. Followed by Shango's Image. Corporate Queen. .com went to the lead at the 200. Catch Me Mate's coming home well. So is Shango's Image. .com the leader, 100 to go from Catch Me Mate. Shango's Image. .com's holding on. They hit the line. Maybe .com the inside, not much in it. Catch Me Mate and Shango's Image dive out wide. Three-way go. Next in was Berezny, Super Impressive, Mystic Morse, Wyndham All. Mr. Lofty just battled away. Marwena Lass, followed by Royal Laughter, Ghost Party, Corporate Queen, and well back as Panorama Heights and Kookaburra knocked up to run last. Photo finish.
It's a photo finish, all right, and a very tight one too. There's three horses primarily involved in this photo finish. There's one of them, Catch Me Mate, ridden by Darren Gauci. Not sure if he's got it or not. .com number 7, ridden by Ryan Maloney. Catch Me Mate number 6, coming home out wide. And Shango's Image number 2 is not far away either. The three of them go to the line together. Catch Me Mate has won the race. He's the horse in the middle there. 3 across the track, but the horse in the middle, there's the photo to prove it. So number 6, Catch Me Mate, ridden by Darren Gauci, is the winner. And it's going to be very difficult to sort out second there between 7, .com and 2, Shango's Image, after the 7th at Sandown. Let's leave it there so we can focus on the big race in Brisbane this afternoon. The Doomben 10,000 will bring you those placings in Melbourne as soon as we can. Larry joins me. Super Elegant Larry, the winner of the Goodwood Handicap.
Yeah, $1 million prize money, easy to see why. He's travelled up well here. Look, he's going to get a lovely run from there. Can't leave him out.
It's a dead heat for second at Sandown between 2 and 7. Scenic Peak, trained by John Hawkes, ran a good race behind Thorne Park last start. Larry, number 2.
Yeah, it looks particularly well, but he's he's probably over his odds here, but he's going to run well.
All right, we haven't seen him yet. Scenic Peak, number 2. So if we can just pan back, there he is. There's a nice look at Scenic Peak. He's won 12 races, and of course these days he's trained by John Hawkes in the Brisbane stable. Let's go back and have a look at Thorne Park, number 3, trained by Bob Thompson. Hasn't won a Group 1 race yet. Larry, is today his day?
No, well, the speed of the race, Matt, will be the key to him. A beautiful ride the other day from Nick Electric Landing, but it was a good win just the same. Brakes go his way, yes, he's in it.
Sportsman, Sportsman number 4, trained by Greg Hickman, is first up, but he usually goes well fresh.
Yes, he does look particularly well. You can see he's sort of a little bit above himself. 14 Alley might test him in this field.
Consular, number 5, trained by Bill Baker at Eagle Farm, right up in class, but he does like Doomben.
Yes, as you point out, he is an outsider. He'll get a good run from the 2, will get back. He could be better placed, I suppose, in easier races, but never underestimate him.
Number 6, Sedekram, and there's confirmation of the Melbourne placings too. 6th the winner, 2-7 dead heat second. Sedekram's trained by Colin Jellings, first up. Was a Group 1 winner in New Zealand last campaign.
Yes, it doesn't look too bad in the enclosure. Got a lot of respect for the trainer and the jockey here. Colin Jillings is no better trainer. When you look along sort of the others, he's probably not as bright looking as the others, but that's to come from their winter coat over there.
7's out, pick a day, so we go to King's Chapel, number 8, trained by Mark Walker, another Kiwi. He's won 9 from 14. That's a great record, Larry.
Yeah, he's a good horse, this fella. Won well at the Gold Coast at his last start and beaten Drunken Joker. Got an awkward alley here today. Looking at him in the enclosure, he that run the other day sort of certainly made him think a bit.
Galini, number 9, trained by Gerald Ryan at the Gold Coast, an on-pace runner, and he looked good at Doomben.
Love this horse. Good win here the other day. Magnificent type in the enclosure. Looks as in impeccable condition. Will probably lead, and if he can control it, he's the one to beat.
Our Egyptian Rain, number 10, trained by Graham Begg at Randwick. Great mare. She never runs a bad race, Larry.
No, and I tell you what, when you got them in the Graham Begg stable, they always look after them. They always look well. They do very well up in the winter up here in Brisbane. It's going to get the gun run from the 1 alley. So, yeah, she's right in it.
All right, I believe Ancient Song's already on the track, so let's have a look at Tatiana, number 12, trained by Joe Cleary. She ran third at Wagga last start.
Yeah, Joe's done an excellent job with this mare. She probably could be placed a little bit in easier class, however. You know, she's a good, honest mare.
13 Miss Potential from New Zealand, hasn't had a run since the Doncaster.
No, you know, it's a plain-looking sort of a mare. Got the 3 alley. Repeatedly has quite a bit of pace. So we just have to see.
Only Words, number 14, trained by John Hawke. She's won 6 from 7, but this is the big test today.
Champion filly, looks good in the enclosure. Very impressed with the win here when she beat our Egyptian Range. She's probably on the worst part of the track. Not a particularly big filly, but of course there's a lot of class oozing out of her. I think she's the one that they've all got to beat. I think she'll jump out and probably sit outside Galimi.
15 Unearthly, trained by David Payne. Didn't have a great deal of luck behind Galini last start.
Matt, it has improved. I have noticed that it has improved in its condition since it's been here. So maybe one to watch. 12 alley, not out of it.
And Basame Mucho, number 16, Darren Beedman, yes, on board for Bart Cummings. How's she paraded?
Yeah, she's a lovely filly. This, she won the other day beating Ancient Song. She's stepping up a fair bit in class, but a 3-year-old filly of a lot of quality, trained by the master himself, and Beedman in the saddle, big plus.
All right, and Larry, we've just got Ancient Song on screen at the moment, out on the track. How did she look?
Yeah, she's very fit looking, Ancient Song. It was an enormous run the other day on the big weight when she runs second to Basimi Mucho, and of course she meets that filly a lot better on weights in this. And as I say, when she paraded, Peter Moody's got her in really good shape. She's very fit, that man.
Great work. Thank you, Larry, for those comments, and we'll be back in a moment. There's correct weight at Sandown. 6-2-7 dead heated for second. 12 was in fourth spot. The first 4s in New South Wales, 6-2-7-12, paid $8,910.60, and 6-7-2-12 paid $18,923.10. That was on New South Wales, and the quaddie this afternoon at Sandown. The numbers 4, 6, 11, 6, $8,011 on Super Tab. So that's all the news at Sandown. Okay, Belmont, the Sovereign.
And exactly the same as he opened, has come in on the tote as well. Our Egyptian Rain has had very good support and is the second elect on the tote at the moment. Only Words with the bookies is the favourite, only just in front of Our Egyptian Rain. And right down the bottom, Besame Mucho has had some support too, in a point. Well, what a fantastic race this will be. Larry, what have you ended up making the late mail?
Well, Chris, I found it a great race. There's 5 horses I've marked out here that I think look fantastic in the enclosure. I've gone this way. It's 14, 9, 10, 3 and Bart's horse, Besame Mucho. Now, a little bit of a quiet tip that this can upset him here, and it has improved. On its appearance, it has. But look, I just thought Only Words. Now, she's got the 11 alley. I think that what she'll do, she'll jump. She gets away very cleanly. I think Galini will be the leader. That being the case, I expect Only Words to be not too far away from him. And I think that if that's the case, they'll probably control the race between them. I went that way. I went for 4 Only Words from 9 Galini. Looks beautiful. Gee, lovely horses. And really is in the peak of condition. I put him in for second. 10, of course, is Our Egyptian Rain. This mare does look particularly well. The alley says it all. She's going to get the gun run from there. And then, of course, I thought Thorn Park. If he's the horse that can, if there's enough pace for him to run on, you know, he is the run-on horse. He does look well. But in saying that, I have to say that Bart's filly, Besame Mucho, when she won here the other day, I'd have to say on appearances, she has improved from there. And there's a few bob on it to suggest that it has too. So, look, Chris, my tips are going to be, I'm going for Only Words, 14, 9, 10 and 3, watch Bart's.
All right, Larry, well, you've seen a lot of 10,000s in your time. Well, what about this crowd today? They are absolutely packed in there, and they've made a lot of noise when Justin Stanley returned in the last race, just around the mounting yard, and you can see them there. They are jammed. I had a look outside before, too, out the back, behind the stands here, and the Doomben Club must be absolutely thrilled.
Well, Chris, you know, we live here in Queensland. What a great state we have.
Now, there is a state of origin coming up, you know.
There's a lot of problems with racing. I don't see it. But anyway, when you get crowds like this and races like this, we must be doing something right. It's a really great day, and it's really wonderful to see all these people here getting behind racing in the way that they are.
All right, well, we woke up to leaden skies, but as you can see there, the sun is going to be shining brightly as the runners move in for the running of this year's Group 1 Doomben 10,000. They're around at the start. Matthew, I'll hand it back to you, and, well, if you've had a bet in this, good luck.
The last of them, Nash Rawiller won this race last year, didn't he, Nash? On Bellisbury. They're all set. Starting signal given, set to run. Carlton Draft Doomben 10,000. Gates open. Off and racing now. Consular and Besame Micho were slow to move at the start, and Thorn Park and King's Chapel have gone back to the tail. Galini was the first to fly the gates, but they're making him work with Ancient Song and Super Elegant inside him, and Only Words is going up 4 deep outside the leader. Miss Potential fifth on the outside of Our Egyptian Rain. 2 lengths away came Sportsman around Tatiana. Besame Mucho's on the fence, followed by Scenic Peak. A long way back is Unearthly. And then Consular on the inside. Sir Deckram's a long way back, and King's Chapel's last outside. Thorn Park down to the 700 metres mark. Galini is the leader. Only Word second. Super Elegant third. Ancient Song fourth. The outside. 1 Hour Egyptian Rain inside. Miss Potential. Sportsman going up quickly on the outside from Tatiana. Then Unearthly. Besame Mucho losing ground on the fence, and then Scenic Peak. Sir Deckram, Consular. Thorn Park's last inside. King's Chapel. Galini leads in the straight. The 350 metres. Only Words tackling him. Miss Potential, Sportsman, Our Egyptian Rain, Super Elegant trying to get out, and then Scenic Peak. Miss Potential went to Only Words and Super Elegant. Here's Our Egyptian Rain getting in the clear. Miss Potential, Super Elegant claimed by Our Egyptian Rain. Our Egyptian Rain and Super Elegant. Our Egyptian Rain, Super Elegant, Super Elegant. Super Elegant fought back and beat Our Egyptian Rain in a cliffhanger. It's a photo third between Scenic Peak and Thorn Park and King's Chapel out deep on the track. The next time in the race was Besame Micho, then Galini, Miss Potential, Consular. A long way back on the field, Tatiana, Sir Deckram, Sportsman. Only Words is beaten 2 in, and their Ancient Song and Unearthly. Super Elegant would not be denied. You couldn't put enough on Our Egyptian Rain, but Super Elegant, Greg Childs has won. He's won by a breath over Our Egyptian Rain. After the running of the Carlton Draft Doomben 10,000, the numbers are 1, 10, 2 is third Scenic Peak, 3 is fourth Thorn Park. The numbers are 1, 10, 2 and 3. Number 1, Super Elegant, the first horse to win the Goodwood and the Doomben 10,000. Well, Our Egyptian Rain was going to... Oh, he's got heart, Super Elegant. Our Egyptian Rain was going to beat him for sure, 20 or 30 metres out. But Childs has got this horse to lift Super Elegant, and he's got his head out right on the line to win one of Queensland's greatest sprints, and it couldn't go to a more worthy victor. 10-second Our Egyptian Rain, perfect ride by Nash Rawiller, had it there at the right time, and third goes to number 2, and that was Scenic Peak. Fourth went to number 3, Thorn Park, and fifth went to number 8, and that was King's Chapel. And both Thorn Park and King's Chapel, I think, will be looking for Eagle Farm coming up in a couple of weeks' time. The winner scored by a half head by a length and a quarter. The time was 1:17. I think that's .73. Homan 34.67. Well, they brought him here last year, Super Elegant. He won the Mercedes-Benz on Tats Day. And then he went back to Melbourne. He really improved. And Tony Vasil said he's improved because he's had no injury. His win in the Goodwood was outstanding. He absolutely blew them away. He won by 2 1/4 lengths. And then he's come here today, raced on the speed, and when he looked gone to the world, like the great horse he is, Super Elegant, he lifted in the last 5 to 10 bounds of the race, and he's been able to go home and win. It's a brilliant win, a great win. Our Egyptian Rain was gallant in defeat. Scenic Peak ran third. Thorn Park and King's Chapel came from together last at the turn to run 4th and 5th respectively. All right, I'm just trying to see downstairs. We won't be far off interviews here. The dividends, I better tell you that as we just look at this on another monitor. Super Elegant number 1, $933. 10 Hour Egyptian Rain pays $210. 2 Scenic Peak pays $540. 3 was 4th, Thorn Park. Quinella, 23.60. Trifecta, 937.20. The first 4's paid just over 6,000. The daily double on 2 and 1, 62.10. The treble at Doomben, 12-2-1, $1,258.20.
Here we go.
Well, I've got one of the part owners when I get him around. Everybody's patting each other on the back. They're all dressed in the colours of the horse. And David Treverson, what an absolute thrill this must have been to one win the Goodwood last week. Absolutely. And then to come here and win at Doomben today.
Well, we did it for my mother-in-law. We lost my mother-in-law last week, Flo. And I've got my father-in-law, Ted, up there. I got a limo and a bird hunting church from Berrigan, New South Wales. I made them stay. And I said, you got to come. And we've done it for Flo.
Fantastic, mate. And what a ride by Greg Childs.
Sensational, sensational. He's a bulldog of a horse, and it's just a dream come true.
Well, he's about to return. I'll let you go and soak up all that atmosphere. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
David.
Chris Kearns there, live trackside, with all the latest as Super Elegant returns after the Carlton Draft Doomben 10,000 for 2004. Great call from Alan Thomas, and well done to Super Elegant too. It did look like that our Egyptian Rain was going to go straight past Super Elegant, but Greg Charles got everything out of the Mr. C Gelding, Mr. C Ever Elegant, Tony Vassell, the trainer, and now 2 Group 1s in the space of a week. The Goodwood, followed by the Doomben 10,000. Super Elegant, $933. Our Egyptian Rain second. The Scenic Peak third. The Treble, 12-2-1, $1,258.20. Here's Hilton for race 7 at Morfordville.
There's a little bit of drama here, Rod. The connections or the rider of the second horse is going to have a look at the video here. Now, they've had a look at it, and there's going to be no protest, we hear. Larry?
Yes, well, there was a little bump towards the finish. It's very hard to say where it come from, Chris, but no, there's only a half head in it, I think it was. So Greg Charles is a little concerned.
Yeah, well, we stand by still for correct weight. It isn't official yet, but apparently no protest, so everything will be okay, and we'll get that officially for you in just a moment after a heck of a race, Rod.
Very much so. Thanks, Chris, and thanks. It was a bump, and it was very close to the winning post, but Nasher Willa, who rode our Egyptian Rain, he is exercising his right to have a look at the Stewards Patrol film, but I think everything will be okay as we stand by for correct weight after the Doomben 10,000. 113.70, tab limited first 4, 1, 10, 2 and 3, $4,322. The connections of Super Elegant, they're very happy. They're bedecked in the silks of Greg Childs, and they are very happy people, and there's going to be one heck of a party tonight. So correct weight, everything okay after the Doomben 10,000 for 2004. Après Ski at $8. The scratching here is number 6, Babe Zarius. We have College Crest at $6, Archero at $9.40. Let's Get Pickled, number 9 for Dean Yendall at 19. Serpentire is a scratching, and best of the others, number 11, Bounty Beat at $16.
In second spot, Black Ink is cantering. In third spot is Run a Bit, then Genable, nice and handy, and followed by Milibachi off the track. Lady Explorer
out and down on the inside, Rose Girl, Del Vecchio both begin quickly with Cottage Crest, Diamond Jake. Archero goes on. Let's Get Pickled just over on the inside of it. Après Ski's getting back in traffic and is actually last down towards the judge. They're tightly bunched, and it's the favourite on top, Del Vecchio, leading by 3/4 Archero. College Crest, Let's Get Pickled deep out, booting on. Then Diamond Jake, Rose Girl over on the fence, followed by Tomorrow's Party. They're still pretty tightly bunched here. Next, Dorensky outside, Task Win from Bounty Beat, and a 12 Polaire and Après Ski are the last 2. Turning out of the straight, Del Vecchio has the lead, but I think he'd be happy to give it up if something wants to go around. They're just jog trotting behind him. At the 1800 metres, Let's Get Pickled eventually strides to the front over Del Vecchio. 2 lengths away in third is Archero. Rose Girl fourth the inside, and then Diamond Jake, who can't quite get in, still travelling wide. Cottage Crest in the centre, nearly a length to Task Win, followed by Tomorrow's Party, Storensky, Bounty Beat it, and then came a 12 Polaire, and back last of all Après Ski. Let's Get Pickled goes to the lead down the back and leads about a length and a quarter to Del Vecchio. Still not a lot of pace in it. Rose Girl third, Archero 4, and in behind them Task Win fifth on the inside. Something had to go. There's Bounty Beat letting slide round them, and he's going forward quickly, followed then by Diamond Jake. Cottage Crest, who's got shuffled back past midfield now from a 12 Polaire, Tomorrow's Party, and then Storensky and Après Ski. 1100.